My name is Dean Minuto. I live in the Westchester, Pennsylvania area, 47 years old. At a very young age, I had cataracts, and these were the old glasses I used to have to wear, if you can imagine. I had had a bunch of eye surgeries when I was 30 years old. I had had retinal detachments in both eyes. So at that time, I was blind for 6 months, and I had 35 different procedures to save my vision, and they were painful. The last thing I wanted to do in life was have another eye surgery. The cataracts had gotten to the point where I had very low night vision. It was dangerous for me to drive at night. I'm a single father, and when you're a parent, you're shuffling your kid all over the place. And I knew it was dangerous for me to be driving my daughter and her friends at night. The cataracts had gotten to the point where I had no peripheral vision off the left eye. And I went in and had my normal eye checkup that year. And without my contacts in, and because I had memorized all the letters, so I'd say Agnes instead of EGNUS, and they'd start laughing because they knew I was cheating. But I had my daughter in the office, and I could not read a single letter on the eye chart. And he looked at me and he said, "It's time," and I started crying. That's how much I feared having eye surgery. I did not want to lose my vision. I did not want to go back under the knife. And I looked at my daughter and I said, "Devin, I apologize, sweetheart." I said, "You shouldn't have to see your dad cry." And the doctor looked at me and said, "It's all right." I said, "No, my dad never cries." He says, "Your dad never went through what you're going through." I did a lot of research because this isn't something you do lightly, and found the top institutions in the country are here in Philadelphia, and those top institutions recommended Dr. Lichtenstein. He takes on patients who are tricky and that other doctors quite simply don't want to take on. In fact, doctors who have family that need this procedure done send them to Stephen, who's the #1 guy when it comes to cataract surgery, specifically the new lasers and the new lenses that are out there. And these were folks who took their time to understand me, allow me to understand the process. And surgery itself, I've described to you how the staff that day, there was one person whose job it was to just hold my hand during the surgery, most important person in the room. Again, the surgery, I want to say again, because people just won't believe it, 8 minutes. And the minute you walk out, you can see. I know that people aren't going to believe that, but that's how it works. So I went from being nearly blind to having the day after surgery 20/20 vision in my left eye. Unbelievable. Now this eye, which I got done two weeks later, this eye I have 20/25 vision in. So what does this mean? This means I can read again. That stack of books that I set aside over the last year, I'm now able to go through again. This means that at night I can drive my daughter to the concerts or to wherever her and her friends want to go, and I can read signs at night. This means that when I walk through an airport, it's a miracle. Got home the day after surgery and looked at my kitchen table and said to my father, who was my driver that day, "Someone scratched up the top to this table." And he looked down and said, "No, you've just never been able to see the scratches before."